What's up, guys? Welcome to your Tuesday warm-up. We're gonna have a 6-minute clock here. We're gonna try and get through 2 to 3 rounds, maybe 4 if we can. We're gonna start with 45 seconds of a cardio choice. We have 8 V-ups after that, 8 fast arm circles. You can go forward or reverse or switch each time you come through another round, and then 8 air squats at the end there. So our 45 seconds of cardio choices, we have our jumping jacks. We can do high knees here. We could go down to the ground and do some mountain climbers, shoulders over wrist, getting that core working a little bit. Or we can pop on up, we could do burpees, up downs, single unders, line hops, or just run. Then we have 8 V-ups on the ground here. We're gonna let both legs stay close together. And we're gonna drive those feet high and keep those legs tight and straight, trying to use that core and reach for those shoelaces, all right? Initiate that move with the arms first. It's gonna help you get up to that tailbone a little bit easier as you reach for those legs. Then we have 8 fast arm circles, so we're just going forward circles here for the first round. Get big swings, make sure they're going nice and quick. Try and get those shoulder joints warmed up, those shoulder muscles warmed up. After that, the next round you would come through, you would do reverse, just like that. Then 8 air squats. So we're getting deep, we're opening up those hips a little bit here for our power cleans that we'll have up in a second. So making sure our knees are tracking over our toes. Our toes are facing forward here is the ideal squat, making sure our toes are straight forward, not flaring out to the side. But if we do have tight hips, flaring those toes out just a little bit can help get us a little deeper in our squat. Then, for our workout, we have an EMOM by 8 minutes, 2 moves. That means we have 4 sets of each. We have 5 and 5 dumbbell hang power cleans. Then we have minute 2, 10 strict straight arm sit-ups. All right, after that, we have a little Metcon called right and left. All right, so with this, we have an AMRAP by 5 minutes. We're starting here on this portion. Gonna go 10 dumbbell thrusters on the right arm, and then 8 strict sit-ups, and then 10 dumbbell thrusters on the left arm. And you'll go through that as many times as you can in the 5 minutes, and you'll have a 1-minute rest here after that. Then you're going into a 4-minute AMRAP of similar movements. We have 8 and 8 dumbbell thrusters, and in between that, we have 6 burpees over dumbbell, all right, in between those. All right, you go through as many rounds as you can in the 4 minutes, and you'll rest for another minute and finish with, if you can guess it, 3-minute AMRAP. We're going from 5, 4 to 3, and the reps decrease as well. 6 dumbbell thrusters, 4 strict sit-ups, and 6 dumbbell thrusters on the left side. So that will be our Metcon there. I believe a total of 14 minutes of work there. So with our 5 and 5 dumbbell hang power cleans here, looking to build to a moderate heavy weight today. So if you got a heavier set of dumbbells at home, we're looking to really challenge that strength here and explosivity as well. So she's hinging forward. She's only going to the top of the kneecap here. She's not passing the knee, keeping it in a shorter range of motion with these hang cleans. She's hinging those hips back, not down, but back towards the wall behind her. All right, using a lot of the hamstrings and glutes to initiate that movement. And she's pulling that elbow nice and high, shrugging at the top as she extends and jumps, and she's catching on top of that shoulder with a high elbow. You'd have 5 reps on the right side, 5 reps on the left side. Minute 2, we have 10 strict straight arm sit-ups. So these are really gonna challenge your core here. What we'd like to do is start out with our legs pretty much straight to start out with. Arms are gonna be right behind our head, reaching overhead like a long spine here. And as we come up, we're gonna try and use those arms as little as possible. So those arms are always reaching back behind us. And as we come up, then they turn into more of an overhead, reaching toward the sky position. All right, so this is really isolating that core in our sit-up position. They get challenging as we go on. You're gonna have 10 reps in 60 seconds. As you get a little more fatigued, you can add your arms in just a little bit more, giving yourself a little bit of momentum to get off the floor, and then finishing that rep with the core mainly, all right? So if you can, as you can see, Mandy's knees bend just a little bit. The more and more you get used to this and the more your core gets stronger, the more likely you'll be able to bend those knees, but it's much more challenging to bend your knees and maintain good form with this movement. So starting with legs long to get used to this movement, and then as the rounds go on, maybe just bending those knees a little bit to get a taste for what it feels like. Then our right and left Metcon, we have 10 dumbbell thrusters on the right side in our first AMRAP. So we'd have our dumbbell in one hand, going all the way down to a deep squat, and as she comes up, it's explosive, and she presses straight into an overhead press as she gets to the top of her rep. So she's using that squat as momentum to create for her overhead press. All right, so it's not 2 movements, it's one fluid movement put together there. Then we have 8 strict sit-ups on the ground here. So our knees can be bent here. We're crossing our hands across our chest. Elbows are tight to the rib cage. No momentum with these. Also isolating that core a little bit more, making sure we sit nice and tall at the top of our rep. All right, and another thing here, if you want to make this movement easier, is to lengthen those legs out nice and straight. Helps you get a little more leverage as you come up. There we go. So after those 8 strict sit-ups, you would do dumbbell thrusters again, but on the opposite arm. Rest for 1 minute, and then we have a 4-minute AMRAP of another 8 dumbbell thrusters, but this time sandwiched in between is burpee over dumbbell. All right, so we have 6 reps here, 3 on each side of the dumbbell. We go down for a burpee, making sure those feet land flat when she comes back up. Keep those shoulders engaged. We're always pushing away from the floor, so a good push-up position at the bottom as well. And we can hop over laterally or facing the dumbbell. Then the last round, we'd have thrusters again, but 6 reps, then 4 strict sit-ups like we showed earlier in the first round, and then 6 dumbbell thrusters on the left arm there. So all of those movements are accounted for there. You guys have a great Tuesday.